Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Buyer's Remorse with Darren and Justin.
Hello and welcome to Buyer's Remorse. I'm Justin.
I'm Darren.
On Buyer's Remorse, we subject each other to games that we've already bought. They're sitting in our libraries, untouched or unloved, and we must give it a try for 60 minutes. What game did I give you this time?
Actually, this was a game that was on our curator page, on the Filling in the Gaps curator page anyway, because we don't have a Buyer's Remorse one. But I added it, and then you saw it, and you're like, hey, play that. So actually, it's a game called Pour There.
I saw this. It did look interesting, but you said it was similar to other games you'd played before. I haven't played this kind of game before.
There's a game called Where's My Water, which is, I think that was maybe the first one. I've not done the research, and I don't want to get crucified for talking out of place on the water physics games, but I've seen there was a game called Where's My Water, and then they got kind of Disney deals, so there was like a Where's My Perry, which was like the Perry the Platypus. What was that show called?
Phineas and Ferb.
Phineas and Ferb, that's right. And then there was a Where's My Mickey, and they're all the same, but they're all based off of this original one called Where's My Water, which was just like this crocodile in a shower, and you are stealing the water to do things, and you basically have to go and hunt down rubber ducks, fill them with water. It's like a star thing where if you complete the level excellently, you get 3 stars. So if you get all the rubber ducks, you get all the stars.
I think I still don't quite understand. The way I thought you were placing water somewhere.
Yeah.
So that is what the game is.
Yeah. I mean,
it's called Pour There, so I thought
so you
pouring
pour
water in a specific spot. And it's a puzzle game, correct?
Yeah, so you've got a map and like a little on-screen map, and it's like sand or whatever. And basically what you got to do is place bombs, which will then blow up the terrain so that you can then and you create a kind of tunnel to get to these ducks. And then you actually have to place the water as well.
Are you saying ducks like quack quack, or ducts as though like aqueduct?
Rubber ducks.
Okay, that's what I thought you were saying at first, but then I started thinking maybe he's talking about like aqueducts, and I'm the one who's confused.
But that would make sense for a water game, wouldn't it? Yeah. So, so it's definitely a clone of this style of game, but the original game is so much simpler because you've got the terrain. And it's a mobile game, so you put your finger on the screen and then you draw a line down. In this one, you have to place bombs, wait for them to explode, place the next bomb, and it only blows up like a little area, like doink, doink. But it's a direct clone of it. And so the one thing that I would say is, the one thing this has going for it is that, well, it's a port of that style game to Steam. And there isn't one, so there's no there's no Where's My Water or anything like that on PC. It's all mobile. So that's good. But I don't know if they've got. I don't know if there's a copyright issue. I don't think you can't copyright an idea. I don't think so. I think they'll get away with it. But I'm going to put the 2 videos side by side. They are identical, man. Right down to everything, the power ups that you get. So basically, as you go through the levels, there's the first one is stop saying basically. The first one is you bomb a tunnel from A to B, fairly straightforward. As you go on, you get power ups. Every 4 or 5 levels, you get a new item. So you'll get like a switch that changes the direction of the water, or you'll get missiles, or you'll get clouds where the clouds will rise up, and then when they hit ice, they'll form rain, and then they'll turn back into water. Or if you put the water onto a fire, then it'll evaporate and then turn into steam and stuff.
I'm assuming this is a 2D game.
Yeah, it's all right in front of you. Yes.
Am I looking at, for example, the cross section of a building?
It's the cross section of. It looks like underground. Imagine underground, like through dirt, basically.
But I'm not looking top down. I'm looking
side on, like a cross section. Yes. Yeah. So it's like a cross section of the underground, and some of the parts you cannot bomb through. So think of that as like bedrock, I suppose. But all the sandy bits, you can just blow your way through.
The missiles, do they come out of a jet or something? Or
no,
do
the
they
missiles
appear
just
out of
like
the sky?
you just aim it on the screen and tap. The benefit of the missiles is I didn't actually get the missiles. I only know about them because of the trailer. With a bomb, you need to make a tunnel and then drop that bomb into the tunnel you've made to make the tunnel bigger. And so imagine you just like bombing a little bit at a time. The missiles, you can just point anywhere on the screen and be like, I want to make a hole there. So you don't have to tunnel there with bombs. So it makes your life a lot easier. But yeah, so I probably should have said this at the beginning. This is developed by a guy called, I don't know, is it Mikhail? Is that the Russian Michael? Mikhail?
I think that would be the equivalent.
Mikhail,
that's just me guessing.
Mikhail Markle, published by MMA. I don't even know what I wrote down there. Murky Games. So here's the weird thing, right? It was either I'm crazy or the developer changed the price, because I looked at it and it was $10 and I was kind of shocked. I was questioning whether the developer was living in the same reality like as we are, because charging $10 for this game is way out of line. But then I checked it again today actually, and it's $1. And it's like, oh, that's better. I think maybe he added another zero on by mistake or something like that.
Or perhaps this is one of those times where, as I've suggested in the past, they put it at $10 so that they can give it a 90% discount. And
then no one was buying it.
that likely only sell it during the 90% off times.
Yeah. It's got no reviews. It's flown directly under everyone's radar. I've got a few friends who own it. Not wishlisted by anyone. So yeah, this is a very kind of a lonesome game sitting in my library and a lonesome game sitting in, well, the Steam database, basically. But yeah, there's a lot of variety in the game. Like I said, every 5 levels they add a new mechanic, so nothing really feels too boring. You're always changing, switching things up. There's a lot of levels. There's probably, I don't know, maybe 50, 60, 70 levels. And you get a power up. You get a different power up every 4 or every 5 levels. There's a hint system. The hint system is kind of, it's good, but it's not the hint system that we both like, where this hint system tells you the answer, but it'll tell you the answer in stages. And again, going back to the original, why the original is so much better is because it's simple. You just draw a path with your finger and then the water will follow that path. Whereas in this, you could be doing something wrong and you might not know. It is so tedious. I got to level 14 and I had to take a hint because I was like, I don't want to just... It's basically a U-shaped tunnel, right? And so you imagine it's full of sand. And so you have to start on the right side and you've got to bomb your way down through this U-shape, all the way down. And as you're going across the U, you got to pile up a little bit of sand, because there's a sand button as well where you can add sand in and then place a bomb so it doesn't roll back. And so you blow it up, then you put a little bit more sand, and then you go. And when you get to the other side of the U where it's going to go back up, you have to build a tower of sand, place a bomb. That bottom sand gets blown away, so now you've got to place more sand. It is tedious, so tedious. And that was the end of my hour when I got to that point, and I'm so glad. I was so happy because it was just dire, this level. But I did go back and play it again, and there doesn't seem to be any proper curve to this game. It's just like that level was insanely difficult, and not difficult, just boring, and I trudged to get through. But the next level was like, oh, ding, 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 I'm done. So it's like they seem random. I don't know, but
did this game make you crave playing the one you played before?
Yes. I think I'll probably download that again. Because it's free. As far as I know, it's probably full of ads, mobile games. But yeah, it's much, the original is much better. Much better. But this isn't bad. It's not a bad clone, and they have tried to change some things to make it their own. But you can tell just by looking at it, it's like, yeah, I mean, they didn't even bother to change the ducks. Like, you still have to do it with rubber ducks in this game too. Like, although they have changed it a little bit, it's rubber ducks, but sometimes it's an octopus. So I don't know why they just didn't go with octopuses the whole time. And yes, octopuses is the plural of octopus. We all learned that on QI.
You already admitted you went back a bit. Are you going to go back and complete this game?
But I might, I mean, the hint system is like I said, you can just click it and it will play. It'll show you the hand gesture. So it shows you exactly what to do, where to place it. And then it waits for you to do that. And then as soon as you've done it, it just will tell you the next stage until you switch it off. So there is an option to be like, okay, I know what I'm doing now. I'll switch it off. But if you want to, you can just let them basically take you step by step through the whole level. And then you can complete it that way. I mean, I don't know. I might finish it, but I'm not going to get anything at the end of it. It's not going to be like a cutscene from, it's not going to be anything interesting. It's like, oh, congratulations. You are win.
Would you recommend this game to me?
No, I'd recommend the mobile one. I think it's much better.
Would you recommend it to anyone? What about people who have done Where's My Water to death and they are desperately craving another game like it?
Well, yeah. I mean, it is the only one that I can see on Steam. I mean, I haven't been actively looking for these types of games. So when it did pop up on the curator page, I was kind of... It was like seeing a Chips Challenge clone pop up. Something that you'd played ages ago. Like, oh, I get to play that on PC. I'll have a shot at that. But then actually playing it, it's like, it's okay. It's okay. But it's definitely not as good as what it's based off of. But for $1, and probably even less on a sale, maybe it'll go for 50 cents if it goes half off. For $1, yes. For $10, not a chance. No way.
What 3 tags would you give it?
Well, Where's My Water clone? That's probably...
Okay, that's a very long tag.
That's a long tag, but it's so fitting. It is so fitting, because who knows? Maybe there'll be more of these coming, and we'll need this tag in the future. So yeah, Where's My Water tag? Physics-based puzzle, and probably casual, because it's the kind of thing that you definitely wouldn't want to play it for more than 10 minutes at a time.
And would you say, well, I mean, you didn't buy it. We were given this one, right? But time, right? We've decided to start adding time as a factor. You had to spend an hour playing it. Considering an hour of your life is gone, was it a buyer's confirmation or a buyer's remorse? Yeah,
I think the hour I spent and then the extra, I think I spent another hour on it afterwards as well. So, I mean, 2 hours for free or for $1. Yeah. And, it's probably made by one guy in his living room. So give him $1. Buyer's confirmation.
Buyer's confirmation.